coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Today, we're keeping it all here in the AFC South. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Ready to get this one going. And away we go from NRG Stadium. Johnson now on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is first and 10. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. Nice drive forward, halted after a couple of yards. Christian Harris on the stop.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
From the shotgun, Lawrence escapes the pocket. The Texans close it in, and they will get him. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on third down.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on third down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
And we talked about it earlier, Brock. Losing streak into the building with them, that is not a good start towards breaking that streak as they go 3 and out.
No, you want to bust that narrative, and the best way to do that is to start fast, and, well, once again, they're not.
Escapes a defender. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, first and 10. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up second and 5.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
First down run, nabs him 5, now second and 5. From the 47. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it'll be third and 5 coming up. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Got his man, this is Noel. That's the first down, and he's still going. He goes the distance, touchdown Houston! The Texans don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Well, Brock, we normally talk about complimentary football at some points every week, so how about the way they've begun this one, huh? Force the punts, and then cash it in for 6 on their opening drive.
Can we do it every game?
It feels like it. Almost every game. Yeah.
You're right. Because that's what the NFL is about. We all know the margins are so small in this league. And the team that typically plays the complimentary ball is typically the team that wins.
Johnson with a return here. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Johnson on the return. The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's first and 10. Here's Etienne to begin the drive. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be second and 5.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
He gets this one to Strange. And they haul him down after a gain of a couple. Leaves him in need of 1 more yard here on third down. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it 40 yards to reset the downs. Well, motion Brown right. 3-1, Lawrence to throw. And that's a win for the leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
An early deficit means you lose the runway to slowly get your offense up to speed. This offense got to get going, and that incompletion won't help.
Fourth down. Here's Lawrence. Hits him downfield. This is Thomas. And this is all the way to the 13-yard line.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's whole hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here comes the screen for Etienne. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up 1st and goal.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Etienne punches it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Cam Little to try the extra points. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. After that one's over, we see a player still in some pain. That's Christian Kirk, who's shaken up. He's being attended to now. Now begin with a run by Mixon. Jukes one defender, avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. 30. He cuts it toward the right sideline. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans take the lead on the first play of the drive. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And not liking what it looked like ahead of him there, Brock. So he's going to take a knee, and this is going to come out to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. Lawrence working from the gun. Forced out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. 2nd down.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Completed over the middle. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
First down, Jacksonville.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Finding Brown back-to-back plays. And they make the tackle at the 38. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Jaguar first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Here's Etienne on first down. Has a lane inside the 25. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars trim the lead to 1. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Little tacks on the extra points. And the Jaguars tie things up at 14. Now after after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Set to return, this is Braxton Berrios. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Nice effort here, they're going to tackle him just shy of the 35.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Here's first and 10 from the 34. On play action, here's Stroud. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. That's Jordan Lewis. And the Jaguars get the football as he makes his third interception of this season.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throwing on first down, Lawrence. He had it for a moment, but a quick defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's second and 10. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Look underneath here for ETN. He runs this to the 25 before being brought down. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
First down, Jaguars.
They'll give this up the middle to ETN. And he scores. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7.
Texans 14.
On now is Cook to kick this away. Here's Tremon Smith with the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
On the return. The Texans take over first and 10.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's first and 10. Wanting to start the drive with Mixon. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
With the wrong way on first down, Brock. Here comes second and 12.
Second and 12 at the 17-yard line.
From the gun, Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 1 quarter down in this all-AFC South contest. It's the Jaguars setting the pace so far. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Throwing on third down, Stroud. That one's complete, right side. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out. That one gains 7. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw, Stroud. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Staying between the tackles with Mixon. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got to tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
It's Mixon on second down. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Only a couple of yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. The Texans set to punt. And this is the first time he's been called on today. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return.
At their own 17-yard line.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. This drive's going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
You call that jet sweep, you're looking for a little bit more than that. But at least it keeps him on schedule and didn't go backwards.
At the 22-yard line.
Counter give to ETN. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
On the move, headed right. Oh, shouldn't have let that one go. It's intercepted. Azeez Al-Shire has it. And the Texans will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Oh, man, I'm having to hold my partner back after this one. Captain Fundamental not happy that he didn't take the time to stop and get set before delivering that football. Gotta think that in part led to the turnover.
Yeah, Captain Fundamental because I couldn't run. Kind of like Tom Brady, right? But he's the essence of it. He's the GOAT. Why? Because he sets his feet. He's so fundamentally sound. The chance of interception is so much higher when your fundamentals are no good.
It's okay, partner. It's gonna be okay. Unable to find Jalen Knoll with that one. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Shotgun to give to Mixon. Still has room inside the 15. And he's going to have this all the way down to the 4. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
It is just so hard, Kate, to get these chunk, explosive runs. But what it does now is it especially sets the table in prime scoring position.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Mixon has the Houston touchdown. The Texans parlay the interception into points. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game. Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Johnson now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground to begin this drive with ETN. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Best run games in this league at balance can run it inside, as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Going to the ground again on first. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background that every ho-hum run is a bigger play. Just needed one more component. Hit that extra, block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late. And this could have been much, much more exciting.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. From the 42. Setting up the running back screen. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. The Jaguars with a chance to score and take a lead into the locker room. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Finds the in route complete. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. That played good for, looks like about 6. 2nd down upcoming.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Got his man. Thomas has it. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact.
And he scores. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take the lead just before halftime. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. Little tax on the extra point. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7.
Texans 21. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
On now is Cook to kick this away. Has this at the 6. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
On the return. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their 1st. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Stroud. Hits him on the in route. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Timeout taken by the offense. They're 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 3rd and just 2 to go. To the air, Stroud. He's got it, complete to Collins. He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. Now the offense is going to take its 3rd and final timeout. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
1st down throw by Stroud. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Following the near interception, this is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Going to begin with a mix and run. Now, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 35-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
He fields this at the 18. And not only does he go in the wrong direction, but he's stopped for a net loss on the return.
At their own 15-yard line.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Motion man sent left. 1st down throw, Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play. Second down and 19 yards to go after that sack.
Let's go.
Trying again following the sack. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stops.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. New set of downs for him from the 46. Now give, it's ETN headed left. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Looking for his back, Travis Etienne there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Lawrence. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they're staring at 4th and long. It's fielded at the 14. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped.
At their own 15-yard line.
Texans to the line, 1st and 10. Throwing is Stroud. Hits him on the out route. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to give him the ball.
He's close, but he is stopped before he can get to that first down. Picks up 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Stroud now, 3rd and 1. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
On now comes their punter. Tommy Townsend will kick it away. He has it at the 33. Gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield.
At their own 45-yard line.
The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. They go play action. Lawrence. Flushed out of the pocket. Now here he goes. And he'll get this through midfield and start pushing into Texans territory.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
On 2nd down, it's ETN. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
3 on the play. 1st down, Jacksonville.
Slot man in motion right. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he won't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Good work by the defense. 2nd down coming up. Lawrence working from the gun. Now look underneath here for ETN. And some excellent work on this play. It takes him a while to get to him downfield.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
The throw is caught. And he's going to be dropped with a big hit at the end of that. But the effort still sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Again, it's Lawrence to throw. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. If Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. On is Little for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jaguars double their lead to 14.
Texans 21. Logan Brooks to kick off.
On now is Cook to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. And that's a win for rush. Hit as he threw it. Leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
3 straight passes have hit the ground, but here we go. They're going for it on fourth. To the air yet again. It's Stroud. He's going to push one deep down the middle. Someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. This is ETN. And he's got a chunk of yards as we've reached the end of 3. This is the end of the third quarter. The Jaguars have the football, and they're going to be up a couple of scores as we start our fourth quarter. After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. From the 27. Cut at the 10-yard line. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
Well, we have seen the value of a big, physical tight end. Just like that. Those post routes downfield so hard to defend. The great tight ends, the physical tight ends, it's almost as if they're posting up on the low block in basketball, and you can't get around them.
Nothing doing that time, and it leaves them on 2nd and goal.
Pretty easy for me to play armchair quarterback up here and say I just don't like that call on 1st and 5, especially when you get nothing from it. Man, that one stinks.
They go to him again. And this is headed the wrong way. He's closed in on for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars have likely locked up the win right there. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars stretch their lead to 21. On now is Cook to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. A give to Mixon up the middle. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
1st and 10 at the
1st down, Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Good for the Texans. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30.
Here's Stroud. Chased out to his right. He takes it himself. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. Offense in the hurry up here.
13 yards on the play. That's another H-Town.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's going to be dropped with a big hit at the end of that. But the effort still sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Texans, 1st down. 1st down and 10 yards to go.
Working inside the red zone. He's got it. And in for the Houston touchdown. The Texans get it back to within 2 possessions. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. It kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Texans 28.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. From his own end zone, here we go. And his choice to leave that end zone going to cost him a chunk here. He's out shy of that 25-yard line.
Their own 24-yard line.
Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
2nd down, ETN gets it again. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stops. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Oh, Lawrence is hit. The ball is loose. And the Texans have recovered it.
You know what separates good defenses from great? Good defenses find a way to get off the field. Great defenses find a way to take the ball away. What a great play to set their offense up with some mojo.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. He's throwing deep to the left side. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans now within 1 score in the 4th. Nico Collins with the touchdown. Well, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, Kate, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against a defense who was out there on short notice and not ready for that sudden change they talk about.
Jaguars 42, Texans 34.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. They'll give this up the middle to ETN. And that's going to be a gain of 8 on 1st down.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Motioning him from the slot right. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Now toss it to ETN. And that's a key stop defensively, Brock. Gonna need more of those as they trail by a score. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the 2nd one used by the defense in this half.
You know, we love to talk about corners, those corners that both love to tackle and cover. It's kind of the same thing with these defensive ends. Most of them love sacks. They love rushing the quarterback. But those that run down a toss play like that, they separate themselves from others.
We call it 1, maybe 2 yards at the end, Brock. It's 3rd down. We'll get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. He's back to throw. Here comes the screen for Etienne. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
First down, Jaguars.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Jaguars up by 8. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. And he's going to take a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Second down, probably going to see him kneel it again here. Here's Etienne. The second down run produces 7 before they bring him down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Setting up for the kneel down on third. He'll take a knee here as that clock approaches the 40 seconds remaining mark.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
56-yard attempt.
So the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Jaguars, as we'll see you next time from Houston.